about that. We'll go get a
Alright,
hat.
go grab a hat before we go live.
Did I wear a hat too? I feel like I've been left out.
Yo, somebody posted a crazy steal on Vegas sneakerheads right now. Or like 15 minutes ago or something. It was like cool grade 3s, fire 4s, do the right thing 3s, and crimson 3s, all for 150.
All together?
Yeah,
What size were they?
11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he just put sold, so somebody got on him. Probably one of the resellers.
Yeah, they got him ASAP. Like they got him super fast. Cause I hit up the dude and I didn't hear any. And then by the time I hit him up, he's already sold him.
So we're live now?
Yeah, we're live.
What's up, people?
Probably one of the resellers. Cool. What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of the Goody Two Shoes podcast. Crazy. We've been going strong. We appreciate the support, man. A lot of people are showing us support. A lot of people are reaching out to us personally, and we love that so much. We just kind of got into this out of nowhere, partially thanks to COVID. So it's awesome that we've gotten a lot of support, and yeah, it's been really good. So what's up? How are you guys?
Good. Spent 2 hours cleaning up my yards today. Mowing the lawn is no joke. Nothing. You guys wouldn't know about that in Vegas, but
Nope. Yo, but it has been crazy rainy, and so the weeds have been growing like crazy. So, but we got those taken care of a couple weeks ago. So, nothing since.
Nice. All right, so just like we've been starting every other episode, we want to start today right off the bat with our recent pickups of the week. Carlos, what did you pick up last week?
oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah.
So these were a couple of weeks ago. I got like 3 pairs in 1 week, and I only showed one that week. But I'll start with these. These are some Stefan Janoski mids, and the details on these are actually really nice. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on this screen, but there's like almost like a chevron style stitching on the top part right here, and then around the toe box, it's like a woven stitch, as opposed to just being a flat stitch. It's like it sticks up from the shoe, almost like a pair of like boat shoes, the Vans, the Marcos, those ones, kind of a similar look to that. And then you got the wax laces, super clean Janoski. And then today came in the mail today. LeBron 15,
Fire.
Pride of Ohio. I was very happy to get these. I didn't realize the details on these until after I got them. But obviously the battle knit uppers are super nice. It's almost like a sock. When you put them on, these guys kind of just form to your foot. And these ones have some really cool details on them.
Yeah, that leather.
The pull tabs here on the front and the back are made of leather, maroon colored leather, and they're pretty nice. So you got a bunch of different things. You got the 216 area code in Cleveland, and then LeBron's number 23 on the back tab right here. And then on the other side, you have the 84, and then just the state of Ohio. Just a bunch of cool little details. Super happy to get these. I got 13s on the way, and after that, I just need 1 pair of 13s, and then I'm good to go on these LeBrons for a while.
The LeBron set is finished.
That's me.
That's crazy. You might be the only person I know with a full LeBron set, which is dope.
That just means you don't know a lot of people, Aaron, because I'm sure there's a lot that 1 through 17. I'm one that you actually know.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
Dang, fire. Those LeBrons are fire. Those details on those Janoskis are super fire.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll go next. I'll show a couple of things I was able to grab on eBay and some other sites. Got these Air Max 1s from 2008.
Fire.
Supreme pack.
Sada?
Very good Air Max 1. super nice leather, super nice materials. Yeah, unfortunately it's a 10.5. Wasn't my size, but it was such a good deal. I had to grab it, so I got them up for sale. If they don't sell, I'm fine with just keeping them in the collection. And then I got another one, Carolina Foamposite from 2002.
That's a beautiful color.
Yeah, this was also a crazy steal. I gotta send them off to Dice Cave, who we'll be talking to later, so stick around just to get re-glued and stuff because these are really old. But yeah, I used to have a pair of these and I loved them. I had to sell them when I went on my mission, but yeah, crazy.
You got them back?
Got them back.
Is it the same pair?
No, it's a different pair.
So are those getting yellow at the bottom?
Yeah. So the soles are yellow, so gotta let Dice Cave take care of that. And then just a couple re-glued spots, but yeah. Aaron, what'd you get last week, man?
Yo, just a classic. Nothing too crazy. Everyone should know that the Prestos are my favorite silhouette in Nike runners, and so this last week I was able to pick up just the original black and gold pair of Prestos. I had a pair of them before, and I had a pair like 5 or 6 Prestos, and got rid of them, and so now I'm back to. I've been looking at them lately a lot online, and I'm like, hey, I would like another couple pairs in my collection, so that's my pickup for the week.
Comfy tings.
Yep.
Yeah. It goes nice with that hat and any Vegas Golden Knights jersey, that's for sure.
Hey,
Exactly.
I have to throw on some like maroon laces on them or something. That'd be kind of fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. You know, unfortunately, everything is canceled right now, but you know, we'll hopefully next season we'll pull them out for the Golden Knights.
There you go.
Fire. Dope. So thanks for whoever's in the chat right now. We're trying out a new stream service today, so tell us how you guys like it, if you prefer the other style, if you like this. But we're going to keep moving on. Guys, there's a ton of stuff coming out within the next month. I mean, Nike's been kind of doing that. Has just been dropping stuff every weekend. Seems like there hasn't been a weekend that something hasn't come out. So let's pull up some of the stuff coming out within the next coming month or so. Cool.
All right, there they are.
All right, you can see me. All right. So actually, I got this picture pulled up. We'll come back to that actually.
I still don't know what those are. Those look almost like a Presto. Anything on them?
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. Dope. All right. So DMP6s came out pretty recently. I want to say last weekend. Last Saturday came out. Were you guys able to get your hands on them? Did you want to get your hands on them?
I was sleeping.
Same.
I'm team No Jordan, so I passed on them.
I feel that.
Black and gold Prestos though, so it's the same colorway, but I don't know.
But he did his non-Jordan thing with the DMP colorway.
Yo, one of them is a little more comfy.
It's like that icy blue at the bottom. That's a really subtle touch, and I think kind of transforms the shoe for me at least. If that bottom part was just straight up white or straight up black, they wouldn't be as cool.
For sure. Sixes are super uncomfy. I don't know. This is a beautiful colorway. I would love to have them. I might try and get them in the future. I know a lot of people are selling their pairs for retail. So it shouldn't be too hard to get if I decide I do want them. But nonetheless, it's a beautiful shoe. It was beautiful when it first came out. I remember when it first came out, I was a little kid, and just remember how like envious I was to the people that had them, to the older kids that had them. But yeah, it's beautiful.
I've never had a pair of sixes.
Ooh,
never had a pair.
Wow.
And now that you tell me they're uncomfortable, I may never get one.
Yeah, it's like weird. Like I feel like they have like I don't know, man. You'll just have to get them. I just feel like they're super hard. Like the insoles are just, I don't know what they do, but they look great on feet. jeans or shorts, they look good. So
Anybody tuned in right now, if you have a pair of sixes or have had a pair of sixes, let us know if you think they're comfy or not. And also, if you have any recent pickups that you guys have had, leave them in the comments. We want to hear what you guys have picked up as well.
dope. All right, let's move on to what dropped this morning. Fire Red 5s.
Fire, early.
Super fire. This is a colorway you can't go wrong with. Like, it's white and red, you know. I do prefer the black tongue over the 3M tongue, but the 3M tongue is still fire. I feel like this 3M tongue is like a little more, it's like a darker gray than the old 3M, but I mean, I'm just like pinpointing things that don't really matter because I would still buy the shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That icy blue at the bottom, though, again.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It looks good. It doesn't stop yellowing, but it still
You know what would
looks
be cool? If they did that same ice blue like tint on the
on the netting.
yeah, on the netting on the side, you know what I mean?
That might be kind of fire.
What's going on, y'all?
Yep.
Who we got in here?
What's up? Can you guys?
Oh yeah, Daisuke is on. Daisuke is on.
What's up? My bad, I had to make the account and everything. What's up, guys?
What's good, Daisuke? What's good, man?
Just at the shop, bro. Getting some work done. What's going on?
Oh, we're going through a couple new releases right now, so it's cool that you're in here. You can kind of talk about them with us if you want.
Oh, okay, for sure. You guys already got started?
Yep.
Oh, okay, for sure.
What do you feel about these Fire Red 5s that came out today? Were you able to grab a pair?
Nah, I didn't actually grab a pair. I didn't think they were actually be like hyped like that. Releases in the past, nobody really was like interested in them until like right now. I think it's mostly like the document back then nostalgia.
Definitely. I feel like it's easy access for a lot of people now too because all the pairs are just going straight online. I mean, I don't know what Foot Locker and Foot Action have going to do this quarantine. There's pairs in stock. I feel like everybody has to pay.
Yeah, I think like Daisuke said, the documentary is bringing a lot of nostalgia out. So Jordan Brand's definitely doing the right thing and dropping some of these kicks right now because people are gonna buy them.
Yep.
For sure.
We got a couple people on the on Facebook saying that Jay says the Carmine 6s are his favorite and they're not super uncomfortable. So, and then Anthony says that that's his favorite shoe. At the time, I think we were looking at the 6s, so I think he's referring to that. And then Jonathan says Yeezy 700s is comfiest shoes ever. I don't disagree. I think I've never had a pair of Yeezys either, but that's all I ever hear from them is that they're super comfortable. So thanks for talking to us on the chat, guys.
Yeah. Hey, I'll have to attest the Yeezy 700s are fire. I don't have a pair anymore, but I wore mine out like all the time. All right, next up, a release that I am super excited for, the Jordan 4 Metallic Pack. I want every color if it's possible. What do you guys think? I'd like to know because really it's just a white shoe with accent colors, but what do you guys think?
I think those are fire though. I was definitely like looking forward to this release. Like out of all the ones that are coming up right now, I think it's just a clean design and I think it's a classic. I think people are definitely gonna be going after those.
100%.
Yo, I think Jordan is the new Yeezy. I feel like he just dropped the same kicks and then just a slightly different color, or like here, it's the same shoe pretty much with the lace locks being different and the tongues. But yo, people are gonna buy them. I think they're dope. The 4 is one of my favorite models of the Jordans, and so why not? If you don't have to change. I mean, you can have a pair for every color in your closet. Why not?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a general rule of thumb for me with sneakers that I wear. And if I ever switch out the laces, I always like to put the color that's least on the shoe is what color I try to put the laces as. So for these ones, I would put that red color as the laces, or especially on that last pair. Purple is my favorite color, so I would throw a pair of purple laces on those shoes, and I think that would really make the shoe the color pop a little bit more.
Carlos, or you could throw a pair of yellow laces on the purple pair, and then you have your Laker full.
That would also be good. That would also be good.
Has anybody heard like as far as the quality, what it's looking like?
I did see one review on YouTube of the purple pair, and it sounds like it's like, pretty much normal JB quality.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Which is good. I mean, if you guys can go for it. Me, it's purple. I'm going hands down.
Yeah. I like the red.
I like that OG green color. Just reminds me of like that original release.
Yeah, the classic greens. Yeah, we were talking about that. I was hoping they would do a different color instead of green, because I saw I think DJ Khaled on Snap, he had posted he was like the first person to get them, and I was hoping they would do something different than green, but nonetheless, it's still gonna sell. It's still gonna be a good shoe. I would still love to have it, especially since like the classic green, Travis made them super hype, so they're kind of like almost unattainable at this point. But
I'm just hoping Travis doesn't wear these, because then that price is gonna go up.
I mean, you never know. All right, let's talk.
They're so cool.
Nike SB X corner store. Lab, I might be a little mad.
So that colorway's gonna be fire. I don't know how I feel too much about this one right here.
I can already see people taking pictures of this shoe next to the big gulp. Big gulp you can get big gulp at 7-Eleven, but I just think it's awesome that Nike SB is doing a lot more collaborations than they had for years. Like for years, it was just a bunch of PRs that weren't really. I don't know. They were cool, and obviously they've built a lot of popularity in the last couple of years. But this pair specifically, I mean, who has another pair of shoes with 7-Eleven on the side? Like nobody. I just think it's an awesome route to go. And the gum bottom, even cool.
I don't know if you guys could tell, but on the back where Nike usually is on Dunks, it's like three different. It's like orange, green, red. Yeah, I think that was super sick.
What is it? Is it? Oh, it does say Nike back there, but it's like chopped in 3 pieces.
Yeah, it's chopped in three different colors. I like little details like that. I think that's pretty sick. The gum bottom is amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the best things about the SBs and the Dunks, right? All the collaborations that they do and all the different people that they work with.
Yeah, it's like the best blank canvases, honestly.
Definitely.
Yeah, honestly, you look back into SB history and all the, I guess you could say, like, all the top of the line or, like, the most sought out SBs are always collabs or based on, like, a band or based on something, like, everything from, like, the Pigeon SB Dunks to, the Dino Juniors, the Mork and Mindy's, the Guns N' Roses, right? Like, all those are, shout out to my boy Jonathan. Just say he's not messing with them at all. I feel you, man. I'm not messing with those either. I can't pull off that green and red and orange, man.
This seems like one of those pair of Dunks that you have to buy 2 pairs of. Like, one to maybe wear because you're not too sure yet, and then the other to sit on because the resale will probably go sky high.
Yeah. I grew up around from a 7-Eleven. Like, it was literally my backyard. I was there every day. So I feel like some kind of connection with the 7-Eleven, but I don't think that's enough to make me pay whatever I'm going to have to pay to get these shoes.
Yo, what's retail on SBs now?
I believe it's 120.
Oh, word.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
If you can get it for retail, then why not?
Yeah.
Right, and the last shoe.
Yo, Carlos's shoes.
Carlos, go ahead. Start it off.
So these shoes were first seen on LeBron's feet over the summer during the Lakers media day, and I just remember him hopping up onto the chair to do an interview, and he had these shoes on. He had them on his story on IG, and I just about lost my mind. I think I had recently picked up a pair of LeBron 7s as well, and it just made me feel like the ones that I got were crap. So, but these are a great colorway. I'm a big fan of shoes that don't match perfectly. So to have differences on the shoes, like inconsistencies, I guess, with the colors and the patterns and stuff, I think it's awesome. And just the tiny details of the speckled Air Max unit at the bottom, I think is a nice touch too. But this is my favorite silhouette of LeBron's. The LeBron 7 is the cleanest looking shoe. It reminds me a lot of the Jordan 11, and you can just kind of see with that curved design near the bottom where the white meets the gold there. It's a lot like the Jordan 11. So good model.
Word, yo, these are fire. I really like the speckled air unit at the bottom. I like how everything's mismatched. Like you said, the 7 is dope, and the 7 looks really good on feet. I haven't had a pair in a long time, but these are probably one I would go after.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the nicer colorways I've seen released lately.
For sure. Aaron, you got anything to say about your boy LeBron shoes?
Yo, the GOAT, you mean? No. No, man, I like them. It's clean. I've actually never owned a pair of LeBrons. I was looking at a couple, but I've never been a fan of wearing. Well, not a fan for me, but I've never worn like Nike basketball shoes. I can't pull them off. My feet are too big. I feel like I look weird.
Yeah.
And so now they're dope. Like, but I don't know if I could wear them or pull them off.
I feel you on that one.
Well, there's a bunch of cool stuff coming out. You know, I don't know. Daisuke, you're still chopping it up, making some money.
Trying to.
Aaron's on that teacher contract, so.
Must be nice.
See what we'll pick up. It'll be dope to show some of this new stuff coming out to the viewers and get our hands on them. So.
Yeah, yo, shout out to my godbrother. Actually, his cousin was behind the Delo Mio series with Nike, the Air Forces, and the Air Maxes that are coming out this month with the Dominican themed Air Maxes. So he has a store in Uptown, New York, and so shout out to him. I'm gonna try to see if we can get him on as a guest on the show. That'd be dope.
Fire.
Yo, so my guy Revive Kicks, man, thank you for coming on and being here with us talking kicks. We got about 20 people with us right now, and people commenting from Vegas sneakerheads. But yo, so we just want to kind of ask you some questions about what you do and kind of spotlight you a little bit. Obviously, I worked with you pretty recently, and I was showing my kicks to these guys, and I was like, yo, this guy does quality work. The stuff was amazing. I've worn my Zebras like 10 times since that time.
I need it. We're gonna link up soon.
I got you, bro. I got you.
Yo, so how did you get into kicks?
So pretty much a couple years ago, man. You know, I'm a lot younger than you guys, so I was in high school. My parents didn't really have a lot of money.
Whoa, you calling this? No, I was kidding.
Not like that. Not too much older, you know.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I didn't have too much money to buy myself the newest Jordans, you know, with the retail price going up every year, stuff like that. So my parents really, they were never able to purchase that kind of sneakers for me. So when I first started getting into it, they went out of their way and they actually got me my first pair. It was like one of the Sport Blue 6s back in like 2014 when they came out. They were still in stock at the Foot Locker. I picked it up. And I just fell in love with shoes, man. And I just started like doing my research on it, just kind of getting deeper and more involved into collecting them, just doing more research on it. And I found out that a lot of the colorways or a lot of the models that I was going after, they had higher price tags on it, and I really couldn't afford those, especially with the resale value. So what I started going into was going onto eBay and purchasing more beat up pairs and just fixing them up for myself, and just so I could have, you know, the kicks for myself. So that's pretty much how I got started, just taking pictures of my work as I did it for myself, just posting it up on VSH here and there. And then eventually somebody would be hitting me up and be like, oh, you do restorations, can you do this for me? And I'd always take in the work, you know, learn whatever I didn't know how to do. And just over the years, man, I'm just getting more clientele, just practicing on more sneakers, working on my own kicks. and just growing the business as it is.
Yo, that's funny you say that because, like, when I was young, I would do the same thing. Because I was always into older J's, and I still am into older Jordans.
Yeah.
So I would always buy, like, I'd go on eBay and find, like, stuff from the 90s. And, of course, it'd be yellowing. Sometimes it'd be cracking.
Of course.
And I never had money to pay a restoration company because there was only, like, one or two trusted
There was only
ones.
a few, yeah.
Yeah. And so I would do the same thing. I watched some of the YouTubers. Who'd I watch? I like Retro Snickers,
Of course, yeah.
John Manalo, like the basic
Yeah,
one.
yeah. The classics.
And I would learn for myself. I never really got deep into it, but it was just like a personal thing. So that's dope that like you pretty much like fell in love with that to where it's your main source of income now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm doing it full time now, and it's a blessing that I'm able to maintain for myself and pay the bills off just doing this. Doing something that I love and something that keeps me inspired and motivated to keep on working at it. Because for a while, I was working, I was doing it part time, and I wasn't really considering it something viable as far as making money long term. I kind of saw it as maybe I could make a couple bucks here and there, for high school, to have some go out money. But I hadn't considered it until a couple years back as going full force into it, just dedicating my time into it, doing some marketing, going down on the graphics, going deep on the website, the social medias, doing all that stuff. So when I really just like set myself down, put my foot down, and decided to go full force onto it, that's really when I saw an increase in not only the quality of the work, but the amount of people that were coming in to get service and the prices that I was able to charge for the services.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And too, like, I think that was cool that you kind of got to experience. We talk about it a lot, just like coming up. I mean, we came up in the era where we had to like buy off Craigslist, or a lot of what me and Brian did at Valley was, we saw somebody with shoes on and we'd ask them like, yo, how much would you sell those for, or if you want to trade, so like but it's kind of like that hunt, like we had to actually hunt for shoes.
Absolutely.
Versus now it's kind of like a money's game, and so like if you have money you can pretty much buy whatever you want, versus like us back then, we had to find creative ways to find those kicks that we wanted, where it's like, either we trade and then add cash, or trade a couple pairs for the one pair we wanted, or just kind of creative with the way that we got kicks. And eBay is definitely one of the, like, I can't, like, back in the day, your boy got some Flint 12s for, I think, $45 on eBay. Dude had no idea what he was selling. And but, he spent his days scrolling through eBay.
Yo, eBay is
Yeah,
a
that's what it's all
24-hour
about.
flea market, yo. 4 hours, get whatever you want, is fire.
And now it's even better because they got that new policy to where they don't take any fee off over $100 in sales on shoes.
Yeah, I've been taking advantage. I posted a few pairs recently.
Yeah,
How many,
I kind of laid off of it for a while.
How many pairs of shoes do you think you're working on at any given time? Like at one time, how many do you have in shop?
Anywhere from like 10 to like 30 on an average time.
Wow.
Right now I got 1, 2, 3. I got about 8 pairs right now that I'm working on today. Just trying to get them out. When we first started up, we had a contract with another local shop. We had about over 100 pairs that we had to clean up in like a week. So we were going deep in it.
Dang.
Yeah, the shop was full. We had and they were all designers. It wasn't even like no cheap shoes, nothing like that. It was all over $500, $600. It was crazy.
Yo, so you kind of answered like why you got into restoring kicks. It's kind of like your personal, like you started off for yourself. So what's the first pair of shoes you ever restored?
First pair of shoes I restored was gonna be some Black Cat 4s. I didn't really know too much about the game or anything like that. I didn't know how the market worked or the prices. So I was just doing my research. I was just going online trying to find some like cheaper pair of shoes. And I looked up on Flight Club, first mistake right there. And I saw like the Black Cats. I was like, oh, these are going for like 4 something. I was like, okay, cool, that's the market. And I went on eBay and I found some other Black Cat 4s, and they were like almost $200. But I was like, oh, that's so much cheaper than $400. That's a steal right there. So I had like the little money I had, I bought those, and I spent like $30-$40 just buying the paint and like the stuff to strip it. Watched a couple videos, just did it myself, and it didn't come out too bad. And I was able to sell them, but I lost about like $10. You know, nothing major, but at least I got the experience, and it kept me going from there.
You got the practice in, yeah. Your first pair under your belt. That's awesome.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. I still got the picture somewhere.
what was the first pair you did for someone else?
First pair I did for someone else was gonna be I forgot the name of the colorway. It's those the fives. They're like blue and gray. They came out a while ago.
The Stealth Eyes.
Yes,
The Stealth fives, yeah. It was a pair of those for unyellowing. The dude hit me up and he asked me if I knew how to do it. I figured out how to do it. I told him I could do it for him. I like broke down the process for him. I charged him like, I don't know, something like $5-10, something like that.
Dang.
And I just unyellowed him. I brought him back for him. And that's pretty much how I was doing it for like 1 or 2 years, just charging like very little, just minimum, just so I could get experience just working on more kicks, you know?
Yeah.
And I would always try to not work on other people's shoes as far as doing services that I hadn't practiced on before. So I would always try to spend a little money I had to buy like $30 40 pair like beat up 3s or 4s and practice doing it on those first before I went out and like offer my services to somebody else.
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna name no names, but back in the day, I had a pair of 01 Black Cement 3s, and there was a restorer who I gave them to. Pretty much, he didn't know how to work on it, and he kept them for a super long time, like I'll say months, just to be nice. And but that's cool that you actually like wouldn't take in a shoe if you didn't know what you were doing it. And that's like, I appreciate that, because I'm gonna be sending some shoes to you. So
No, absolutely. I mean, back then, like I told you, it was just like kind of a side hobby. So I would make sure to tell people that, you know, I'm not doing this full time. You know, I've done a couple pairs here and there. This is what I can do for you. And if they wanted to do it, they would do it. And then over time, once I actually got the experience, I took pictures, I had documented evidence and proof of like what I've done before. Then I can actually start maybe raising the price a little bit more and marketing it out to other people.
fire, super fun.
Yo, so we have a fun question for you, man. Yo, have you ever had a pair of shoes that you messed up so much that you couldn't come back from them?
Yeah, that is a fun question. Yeah, I've had my run-ins with some problems. The worst one was probably there's not too many, but when it does happen, it's bad, man. Bad luck just comes rolling. But I had a pair of off-white Converse, like when they first came out, just for cleaning. And I think that was like one of the first pairs of off-whites that I was like handling as far as like cleaning. So I was just cleaning up, everything went fine, they were looking good. And then I usually use the heat gun at the end to like fix any fraying on laces or just dry up some of the areas that might be a little bit wetter. So I usually just go over it very lightly. And as soon as I turned on the heat gun and I went anywhere near the shoe, the little mesh, the plastic mesh on it just started ripping and just disintegrated and just made a hole in it.
Oh no!
So yeah, that was all bad. I talked to the dude. I tried to fix it. I tried to like think of any other way I could fix it, but it was just like, it's a no-go. It's like ripped plastic. Can't do anything about it. So I just had to message the dude and be like, yo, I could either cash you out for the shoes, paid like the $1,400 you paid or whatever, you know, get the shoes, or I could try to find you a replacement, or I could just cut you some like credit or something for, you know, for messing up. But the dude didn't really make a big deal about it, man. Like, I think he had money. I think he was like a really cool dude. And he was like, oh, it's not too bad. It's not even that noticeable on foot. Just give me like $100 of credit and like it'll be fine. I was like, okay, cool. I'll give you like $200 in credit and it's all good.
Wow.
Yo,
The
shout out
fact
to that
you
dude.
were so upfront with him and honest about it probably made
That's how
him
you gotta do it.
if he did. You had, if instead of like being, you know what, I messed this up, but I'm not gonna tell him. I hope he doesn't notice. And then after having paid you and stuff, then it's all bad, and you get some bad reviews or whatever. So I think that's awesome.
Absolutely.
That you did.
No, I know a lot of people in the industry that do carry on with that kind of conduct, and they have messed up certain pairs of shoes and just giving them back to the person and just hope they haven't noticed or anything. And then it always comes back. People always spread the word. People always just share the reputation, and it's always going to be worse for them in the long run.
Yeah, people are way more prone to share what they don't like about a business than they are to share what they do like about it. So
Absolutely.
you got to take care of yourself for sure. That's good.
I mean, like any other business, you know, we're all human. Mistakes happen. Things are going to happen. It's impossible to avoid. It's just about being upfront about it and just dealing with it in an appropriate way.
Facts.
100%.
Nah, definitely, man. And shout out to that dude for being super understanding too, because like
Absolutely.
you have some people that would have chosen to just like go off on you or like try to reclaim all that money and keep the kicks and so it's just shout out to that dude. All right, so do you have a favorite before and after, like a shoe that you got and then it was like your favorite restoration?
I think my favorite one right now at the moment has to be these anniversary 11s that I worked on a couple months ago. I picked up a bunch of beaters. I think it was like 8 or 9 pairs. I think for like $30 a pair.
Oh wow.
And it was like, I think it was some bread 11s that were customized into some dirty breads. It was some gammas, some anniversaries, some Concords. It was some like 2 pairs of threes and a couple fours. But it was just, it was a good deal for what I got it for. But the anniversaries were all kinds of beat up. The yellowing on it was piss yellow. The mesh was all messed up. The patent leather's messed up. The rubber midsole messed up. Creasing on the back. Insoles missing. The whole inside dirty. It was just the whole deal. But I was actually able to like clean it up pretty nicely. I got rid of all the marks on the patent leather. Took out most of the yellowing on the mesh. Decreased most of the midsole. Decreased most of the back. Was able to get mostly all the yellowing off of the soles. And it's one of the most significant transformations that I think I've been able to get as far as before and afters.
That's awesome. How much of your time do you think you spend? Because I mean, obviously, there's a market for buying a shoe super cheap, and then restoring it, and then selling it again. Would you say that there's more of a market for that, or more of a market for just cleaning other people's shoes?
I definitely think it's more of for cleaning other people's shoes. I think the only reason I actually go out of my way to purchase some beaters and just restore them here and there is if I don't have enough work going on at the time.
I got
Because
you.
at the end of the day, you're making just about the same as you would fixing somebody else's shoes, minus the investment that you're putting in. So now you have to spend your own money. You have to go out of your way to spend your time, and now you also have to like find a buyer for the shoe that you just purchased, as opposed to just having somebody come in and you just do the service for them.
Sure.
Yo, Daisuke, is this the pair right here?
That is the pair right there, my man.
Fire.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yo. So for anyone watching, I mean, this is impressive. This is super impressive.
Yeah, I was just looking at them too. That's crazy.
Yeah, those came out nice. I was happy with those.
What's the okay? So here's kind of a follow-up question then, because you obviously you do a lot of work on Jordans, and you mentioned 3s and 4s quite a bit, and those are fun. You've actually, I don't know if you remember, but you repainted a pair of True Blue 3s for me.
Yeah, I do.
And you did a great job on them. And I guess a question is then, like, what shoe is the hardest to work on?
As far as all the services that I offer, I think the most time intensive and probably the most detail intensive service that I offer is the midsole repaint. That's why it costs the most out of all the services I offer and why it takes the longest for me to complete. I think it's a lot of steps that go into it as far as prep and then as far as laying down the paint afterwards to make it sure that it's durable after. So there's a lot of different techniques to taking off the previous paint, and a lot of the techniques may actually damage the midsole underneath. And depending on the age of the sneaker, the older they get, they'll become even more sensitive. So you have to change up the technique slightly. With like these I'm working on back here. This pair, the midsole was actually a little bit older, so it started deteriorating when I tried to strip the midsole. So I actually had to go back in with some leather filler and fill in any of the pores and all the scrapes that were in there so I can repaint it and have a smooth surface. But with this one right here, it's a little bit newer, these white cements. I was actually able to strip the complete midsole without any damage to it because the material is a little bit different that they use from the factory. So it all varies per shoe, colorway, and sometimes it might even be the same colorway you worked on before, and this shoe for some reason just doesn't want to work out.
Wild. I've always curious about like how to redo like a midsole that's like crumbling or cracking or something. So you're saying you take some type of leather filler and you put it into the seams and the cracks and the holes and then just kind of smooth it all out?
No, not in the case of it crumbling or cracking, because that's not going to be wearable at that point. At that point, if you take one step, the sole is just going to completely fall apart, or over time it's just going to start deteriorating or crumbling off. I'm saying in the case of the midsole is still sturdy, it's still attached to the uppers and the soles. But when you go over it to take off the paint, the actual smooth surface underneath the paint will get damaged due to the chemicals, and it may become porous, or it may become a little bit rougher than you would like it to. So you would have to go back in, fill it, sand it out, and then make it smooth again, so the paint will come out into clear coats.
I got you. That's crazy. Takes a lot of time. It sounds like.
Yeah, no, at least 9 hours of me just sitting down going to work just to finish one, just one pair.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't get too many of those in now.
All right.
I got a midsole paint for you whenever you're ready, but we got some other things.
Yo, so I know in this question we don't want you to give away too much of your process or anything like that, but you know there are millions of people selling the sneaker products and blah blah blah. You know, asking people to pick this up and pick that up. We want to know, in your experience, what should us sneakerheads avoid when we're like, yo, somebody hits us up like, yo, buy this or this will clean your shoes or whatnot, because I've seen like tragic stories where someone, yo, like laundry bags. So what would you tell us to avoid? Like what should we avoid? What products?
I would avoid anything that claims to be too easy and that works for everything, because everything you have to take with nuisance. So every sneaker is going to be completely different from the last one. It's going to have different materials, and it's going to have a completely different procedure to clean it up. I feel through my experience, it's not as important as far as like the solutions you use to clean it up, as far as the brand you use to clean it up, because at the end of the day, most of them have very similar ingredients and they do a very similar job. So I think it's all about the technique you use to clean it, and you just have to know, and you have to have like real deep knowledge about the materials you're cleaning to know what can go on it, what kind of abrasion it can handle, what kind of materials will damage it, and what kind of materials will actually just condition and lather it up. So I think if you're going to avoid anything, avoid any rough work just on your sneakers, because I see a lot of people, they see a lot of dirt and they'll put a lot of elbow grease or put a lot of pressure, they'll use really rough brushes, and they'll end up just scraping at the shoe, messing it up. I think you just have to be gentle with your kicks, and if it's not coming off gently, then you're probably not doing the right thing.
Here's a question for you. I bought a pair of shoes recently, and they smell like weed, and I can't get the smell out. What do I do?
Smoke smell is very, very tough. I actually, the white cements right here, these actually smell like cigarettes. I've been trying to get the smell out for over a week right now. Yeah, you have to clean it up as much as you can. You have to get all that dirt out of the fabrics. I've heard different things as far as sticking it in the freezer to kill off the bacteria, sticking it under UV rays to kill the bacteria. I use this disinfectant. I use the Rejuvenator disinfectant and deodorizer. It tells you a different process on there. You spray it a couple times, let it dry, spray it a couple times, let it dry. But I mean, it only does so much. It's really tough to get that actual smoke smell out.
Okay. All right. I will keep trying.
Yo, so just a couple final questions, man, and thank you for being on with us, and shout out to everyone that's commenting and talking to us. Yo, for you, like, what has been, like, is there, if any, other than older shoes, are there any other newer shoes that are kind of difficult to clean as well, or is most of your challenge in like the older shoes that are already cracking and need to be repainted and stuff like that?
I think by far the hardest sneakers to clean are any of the off-white sneakers. I think the materials they're using on those are definitely just some of the toughest to clean on the market right now. Those the suedes and the little plastics that they put over the other materials, it just makes it pretty much impossible to clean, because you could clean the outside area, but there's only going to be so much of the material you're going to be able to reach from the inside to take off some of that dust and that dirt that gets stuck underneath.
Yeah, yo, I think of like the off-white ones, and I couldn't even imagine taking a brush to the toe box, because that material, I feel like just
Dude, you have to be super gentle with that, because it frays up like nothing.
Dang.
Yeah, I had a twin pair of some off-white Jordan 1s come in the UNC colorways, his and hers, and they were both in beat condition from a client of mine that took them today in Vegas and just ruined them over there. But it had so many stains underneath the mesh, like that actual plastic mesh on the toe box and on the side panels. that I wasn't able to get underneath that to clean that area, but everything else came up pretty nice.
Nice, man. Shout out to Virgil.
Making it difficult for you.
Of course,
Yeah,
can't make it
yeah.
easy.
Good designs there.
Yo, well,
That's how it is with all designer sneakers too. A lot because they use exotic materials on it, and they always try to be exclusive with it. So it's always got to be careful with those.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, like, between exotic or designer shoes, and like, let's say a regular Jordan. Like, what's your experience with them? Which is harder? Which is
I think designer sneakers are definitely harder to clean just because of the different materials that they use, and they use a lot more sensitive materials, like materials that could be more leathers and different suedes that could be more sensitive to water or other different products that normally the Jordans that use synthetic leathers or synthetic materials wouldn't be a problem using. So like I mentioned earlier with like that order that we had from a different business that was over 100 pairs of designer sneakers, we really had to take it step by step and just analyze every material on each shoe and see how we're gonna like take that, because a lot of the materials were some materials we hadn't worked with before.
wow.
It was different furs from different animals and different skins, and you have to spot test everything to make sure it's not going to damage it and you're not going to ruin $1,000 sneaker.
Yeah. Yo, crazy. Yo, Daisuke, our boy in the chat, Jonathan, wants to know what's your favorite streetwear brands.
As far as streetwear brand, I'm not really into a lot of streetwear brand, to be honest, man. I used to be collecting a lot, and I used to be a lot into a lot of brands and stuff like that. But I really sold the collection. I just kind of focus on the business aspect of it, just trying to make more money. You feel me?
Yeah.
But I think if I had to choose one, I'd say Supreme. I fuck with Supreme and everything that they do as far as the collaborations, the different designs.
I feel that Supreme, as much as people want to hate, as much as I hate sometimes because I can't get a lot of the stuff, they do drop some cool stuff, some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I like the skateboards and all that stuff. How they just had all the releases throughout the years, and people just have the collections and stuff like that. That's what I'm really into.
Yo, honestly, mine, I'm not gonna lie, I wish they came back. Shout out to Carlos for wearing it. I'm a huge fan of the hundreds, and they've kind of been dead for a little bit, or low key. I know they're working on a collab with Sean Witherspoon for a little bit. I don't know if that ever brought anything to fruition, but the hundreds, man, I love the logo, I love the brand, and so I'm trying to buy it for a little cheaper, but it's still going for, I mean, not in the resale market, but off of, they haven't lowered their prices, so hopefully soon.
I'm like I'm on their email chain or whatever, and they send out emails maybe once a week and talking about discounts and like sales and stuff that they're having on their website. And so like once a year they have like I don't know, like a crazy sale, and to the point where I was able to get a hoodie for like 30 40 bucks, which was nice. So I don't know, maybe I'll forward those emails to you when I get them.
That's dope.
Word. Yo,
have you guys gotten into any more of independent brands or stuff like locally, like stuff like that? That's really what I've been getting into lately, just seeing these independent businesses coming up and stuff like that.
I have.
Shout out to so the guys at Waves, the Angeles brothers.
Yeah, for sure.
The Wave stuff is dope, and then they have Alchemy, I believe it's called. I don't know
the pants that he's making and stuff.
Yo, those are fire. Those are fire.
Yeah, he's hard. Yeah.
Yo,
I like their hustle, man. I like everything they're doing over there. They're good people.
Yeah, I hope we can bring them on one day, because, man, they're dope.
That'd be dope. That'd be a dope conversation.
Yeah.
There's a local brand in Vegas. So when I say local, I mean Vegas, because I'm not in Vegas, but support Vegas artists, support Vegas business, whatever. There's a dude named Ray, and he works for he owns a company called Milk Money. Milk Money.
Yeah.
And he's been doing work. I first met him when I worked at the Apple store in Las Vegas, and he was just starting out, and I didn't realize that he like designed clothes. He just designs them and makes them and sells them, and it's really good quality stuff. I think they have really good nice designs. So anybody who's watching, just check out their Instagram. It's Money Ltd, and the same thing on Facebook, Milk Money Limited. They got some great stuff, but super cool dude, and it's really affordable. Like the socks were less than $10. T-shirt is like 15. Like
Wow.
It's really not.
It should
It looks
be.
like it would be way more expensive than it is, and he could be in that same that same process that you are in. Starting out, making some stuff and asking X amount for it. It's affordable now, but
Of
he keeps
course.
up and really makes a name for himself more than he already has. He could charge more in the future, but that's where he's at right now. So I just support him. I think
Absolutely.
he's a great dude, and he makes some really cool clothes.
Word. Nah, yeah, I don't know too many Vegas brands, to be honest. Um, I see this kid that we went to school with, Christian. He has this brand called Varsity. I see it on Instagram all the time. It's pretty cool. I haven't seen any of the drops or anything like that for it yet, but any of the designs that he puts out look pretty cool. Also, I don't know if you guys know anything about battle rap, but there's a brand called Loyalty Over Money. The dude named Hollow the Dawn. I actually did a lot of work for him in the past in doing photos and stuff for that brand. And so that's a brand that I always mess with. I like the message. So yeah, man. But yo, thank you so much for coming on, man. We appreciate it. It was a dope
Absolutely,
conversation. We appreciate you coming up. And if anyone wants to follow or see what he's up to, is revivekickslv at Instagram. Go hit that follow. Yo, you have a crazy ton of followers now, bro. Almost 6,000. Yo, let's help him get to 6,000. Hit him up. He's definitely approved by us at Goody Two Shoes, man. He's done work for all of us, and it's dope, man. We appreciate all you do, man.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you guys having me on and everything you guys are doing for the community and just have a podcast, man. I think it's dope, and I think you guys should definitely keep on going, bro.
Appreciate that. Hey, we know you're at the shop right now and you're not at home, but we always like to ask people who are on with us to show us some shoes. You got anything there that you could show us? Maybe stuff that you're working on that's a little more exclusive or a little bit different.
Nothing too exclusive right now. I'm not gonna lie. I have these right here. I cleaned these Yeezys up the other day.
Nice.
These. Cleaned these up too.
Nice, the 500s.
Yup.
those are
Got the
stubborn.
7s cleaned up as well.
Nice.
Nice.
And those 3s I showed you guys earlier. And then just a
Yep.
couple like Air Maxes and stuff like that I'm cleaning up. Nothing too crazy at the moment.
Cool.
Oh well, I'm definitely gonna still working on that situation, but definitely gonna have some
No
stuff
worries, man.
soon. And I'm excited, man. I really appreciate how like genuine you are, and so that just makes me want to work with you even more. So
Love to hear.
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Appreciate
real
it.
dude. Like when we had you come on, I wasn't sure what the conversation would look like, and if we'd be able to chop it up with you the whole time. We got 35 minutes for this segment of the podcast to fill, and you had a lot to say. You had a lot to teach us, and I'm impressed with your knowledge of the work that you do, and it shows that you care, and it shows that you're passionate about it. So anybody who's watching, this is the type of dude that you want to work with, somebody who's passionate about it, somebody who knows what they're talking about, and that's all I got to say about it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. It really means a ton, and I appreciate all you guys supporting the business and the hustle. We're just trying to make it one day at a time.
facts. All right, man.
Cool, man.
All right.
I'll catch up with you guys, man. You guys
All right.
take care.
Yeah, man. Good weekend.
Peace out.
Peace.
Yo, shout out to Revive. That was a super dope conversation.
Why didn't I ask him? I want to know how he pronounces his name. I don't know, like, to this day. I think you guys are saying it right, but I don't even know. If he's still listening or still watching, I just want to know how you say your name, man. You notice I didn't say it the entire talk. I didn't say his name.
Yeah, I was just saying Dice K, and he seemed to listen to that real well. So.
Oh man.
Dope. Well, man, yeah, that was dope, man. It just it wasn't what I expected. It was really good. I mean, I was expecting good things, because good things are always good vibes always. But I don't know him too well, and I don't know the restoration game that well or anything like that. So that was really dope.
Super informational, and I think anybody who's watching that's into sneakers has a pair of shoes. That's that's too old, that they don't wear anymore, and they're considering either selling it for super cheap or just donating it or whatever, or trying to take it on themselves. Hopefully this episode has shed some light on another option that you have that you may not have known about before. So is that a dirty pair that you're not sure what to do with yet? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. It needs some repaint.
Needs some love.
Yeah. It was dope. I definitely trust him a lot more. You never know, man.
Aaron, so tell us what next week is looking like. We usually spotlight somebody at the end of our episode. So can you tell us what we're going to have going on next week?
Yeah, yo. So shout out to Revive Kicks again. Just want to echo everyone's saying. But yo, it's next week. Shout out to my boy Ryan Kaser in Vegas Sneakerheads. If you guys are familiar, but he's someone I met through selling shoes, and one of the reasons we kind of connected was he appreciated all types of shoes, man. Like he wasn't really into just one specific pair, and kind of one of the dudes that has similar interests to me, but his shoe game is crazy. He just sent me some recent pickups from this week. He has like 6 or 7 recent pickups, so I'm excited to see what his full collection entails. And he's just kind of one of those low-key dudes that he's not real active on the page. You don't see him around, but if you know him, you know he has kicks, and so I'm excited to see what he can show us next week. So Ryan, if you're watching, shout out, man. We can't wait to see you on the show next week.
Dope. And we're hoping to have somebody else on along with him. And I know you guys want to see shoes, so we'll definitely have them bring some heat out, show off some shoes. And we appreciate the questions once again. Real quick, if you guys have your recent pickups by you, Steven just asked if we saw. I told him we did them at the beginning, but we could just flash them real quick, so Steven can see what we.
Yeah, so Steven, I picked up a pair of the OG or black and gold Prestos, one of the original colorways, this week.
Yeah, I got an Air Max 1. I know you love Air Maxes. This is a Supreme Tech Pack from 2008 and a Foamposite Carolina from 2002, I want to say.
I'm going to have to bother you for those Air Maxes, man. I really like those.
Told you get the 50% off discount.
I appreciate that. And Steven, it looks like I picked up a pair of Janoskis. You can see them. I moved the light a little bit better so you can see them now. But Janoski mids, I can't remember exactly what it says on the box, but Janoski mid RM crafted. So it's got a little bit different details. The wax laces, which isn't uncommon for a pair of Janoskis. And then some really unique stitching up here on the front by the toe box. And then kind of a chevron style pattern here in the back area, which is just a nice subtle detail, but those were cool. And then I also got some LeBron 15s in the mail today. The Pride of Ohio, super nice shoe. I didn't mention this earlier, but I will never play basketball in these because I have before in 2 pairs of LeBron 15s, and I rolled my ankles multiple times playing in these. I don't know how LeBron does it. He must have like ankle braces on under those socks or something, but these have like 0 ankle support. It's just pretty much a sock that you're wearing when you put these on. But super clean looking shoe on foot, looks amazing, and lots of cool details here on the leather pull tabs on both shoes. It's got a bunch of details, even down to the like little letter here on the sole. They just stand for stuff. This one has the area codes, and the other one has his initials: LRJ, LeBron, Ramon, James, and then Strive for Greatness 23. So just super cool details that kind of make the shoe for me. So that's what I got. Fire. Steven said, got 5 new pickups. So
yeah, we'll have you on soon.
We usually have some special guests on, and today we had just one person. Next week we'll have 2, and then maybe the week after that we'll just kind of dedicate right now for having 3 people on that can show off some of their recent pickups or just shoes that they enjoy. So maybe Steven. I'm not sure who Steven is friends with out of the 3 of us. It's not me. Not yet anyway. Steven, yeah. I'm sure we'll but we'll make sure we get Steven on here and we can show off some kicks. But
definitely.
Thanks for hanging.
Any other of the viewers that want to show off some stuff, like we do have, like Carlos said, we do have that day dedicated where we can have 3 people on. So just reach out to us. We want to see kicks. You want to see kicks. Let's do that.
Yo, and then that's a wrap for this episode of Goody Two Shoes. Yo, thank you guys for tuning in. We had a super good turnout. Even more people tuning in. Stay with us throughout the whole show. And so we appreciate you guys. It's only going to get better. We have a couple things in the works that we're talking about to do more engaging to people viewing. So stay with us. It's going to be dope.
Yeah, thank you guys again. Shout out to Dice Cat Revive Kicks. And we'll see y'all next week.
Anybody who's watching this video right now, do us a favor. You already done us one by watching, but do us another favor and share this video. Anybody that's on your friends list that's into sneakers, they hopefully will appreciate this podcast. And we all know that nobody has anything else better to do right now than to watch us talk about sneakers. So just hit that share button, tag some people in it, whatever, ask them to share it. Just spread the word. We're trying to grow this little by little, and any help we can get would be great. So appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Pete.
All right, guys, take it easy.